But momentum is on our side. Momentum is on our side, guys. This is our time to stand together, to fight for what we believe in, and to let the establishment know that we are not going down without a fight, and we will never back down. Let's go! But we can't just hope for change. We gotta work for it. So I urge you guys to get out there, make some phone calls, knock on some doors, make sure let everybody know why this election is so important. So are y'all with me? Are y'all ready for the greatest comeback? Are y'all ready for 4 more years of Donald Trump? I love it. All right, we're going to kick things off with our national anthem. Here to sing for us today is Janet Bernal.
How we doing, garbage people? I'm proud to be stinky, I guess. I don't know. All right, you guys, let's do the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what surprising we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets flared, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We have a few candidates here. Our first candidate is running for the 4th Court of Appeals, place 5, Mr. Adrian Spears.
I want you to vote for Trump on Tuesday. I gotta get serious just for 1 second. I'm running for the 4th Court of Appeals, and we gotta get our courts back. We have to get Republicans on the court. Y'all see what the courts have done to our president this past year, what they put him through. We can't let that happen. So one thing y'all need to do, y'all need to go all the way down that ballot, all the way down. That 4th court hears 90% of the cases. It hears the border cases. It hears election law cases. Do you want liberals in charge of your elections? You want liberals in charge of your border cases? What are we going to do? For a Republican! All right, 4th Court of Appeals, Adrian Spears. Thank you.
Hey y'all, I'm especially proud of Adrian. That's my husband, Adrian Spears. I'm Misty Spears. I'm so happy to be here with my fellow patriots. Let's get a new war! I am so proud of all of you people because you know what's important. You know what's on the line. And I know a lot of you have already voted, but you know what? We're in the 11th hour. And I either need to get you out there to vote on election day, and
You go from top to bottom. Grant Moody is going to be at the bottom of precinct 3, and you got to get down to his name and vote for him. You're going to get down to Lena Pardo's name and vote for her. You're going to vote for every letter on that ballot. And if you already voted, you go find your friends, your neighbors, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your aunts, your dogs, anyone that can get out there and vote and hasn't already, you get them to the polls. If you can't have already done that, then you can come help us at the polls. We need you at the polls, standing there, being the calm voice of reason, showing people this is what we want. This is what we stand for. This is America. This is Texas. Keep Texas, Texas. Vote for Ted Cruz, for every congressman. We have to take it back. This is our last shot. And if we don't take it, what are we going to do? Are y'all ready? I mean, y'all probably are ready. But we've got to do it for our fellow brothers and sisters who don't know what's going on, who aren't aware. We know, so you guys gotta push everyone out to the polls, and you vote from top to bottom. I don't care if you don't know their name, or if you like them, you think they look funny. It doesn't matter. You vote for a Republican on that ballot. Don't skip it, don't question it, just do it. Because if 80% of the time they agree with you, that's better than 0. It's better than the craziness we're seeing up there in Washington. So we gotta keep Texas, Texas, turn our legislature back to Republican, turn our executive branch back to Republican, and we gotta make our judiciary Republican. So what are we gonna do on Tuesday? Vote! Thanks to all right for your ballot, Grant Moody, Precinct 3 Commissioner.
Hi y'all, Todd McRae for Justice, Fourth Court of Appeals. Who's ready to make America great again? One more time. Who's ready to make the justice courts of Bexar County great again? You've got 4 judges on your ballot. Todd McRae for place 3, Larry Massey for place 4, Adrian Spears place 5, and Lori Valenzuela place 7. Vote 4 for the 4. Let's split the 4. Let's make our judicial system great again. We want judges who will support the rule of law, support, protect, preserve, and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and the laws of Texas. Vote Todd McRae for Justice, Fourth Court of Appeals. God bless you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Hey guys and gals, it's so good to see all the San Antonio Bexar County voters ready to get out and do their civic patriotic thing. I want to ask all of you to do one thing right now. I want to do a little test. Let's see how many people go to Commander Jay Furman's page. Commander Jay Furman is running to flip C-28, right, against the indicted, 14-time indicted Henry Cuellar, who's been abusing his power way too much. Here's our little thought experiment. We have extremely credible reports of election fraud happening in Webb County, in other counties, some in Bexar County. From names not being on the ballot to names all of a sudden just showing up. All of a sudden when somebody calls an election judge. 2 critical things we must do on Tuesday. Once you get into the voting booth and you're ready to cast your voice, if you see somebody's name, your candidate, anybody's name not on that ballot, you stop and you call that election judge over. You need to get them to document that you don't see the candidate's name. If we don't document it, we have no proof. Action item 1, action item 2 is then to get your ballot. Get your proper ballot and then cast your vote. They've been cheating for too long. This is the time we can be corrected. In 2020, we all know they used a global pandemic to usher in how many ballots into the ballot box? Too many. Now it's time for every single one of us, just like with your phone now, to become citizen journalists. It's not time to mess around. It's time to expose the corruption because it's been happening here in South Texas for way too long. I'm Jay Furman's campaign manager. The reason I got involved in this campaign is because I'm an American, I'm a Christian, I'm Mexican, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm tired of seeing our county, South Texas, working their honeys off, their tails off. We consistently tip the scales of we're the hardest working workforce out there. And our needs and opportunities aren't being met. They're being stolen by corrupt, authoritative politicians. So it's time to go vote. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody exactly that. Get your sample ballot, take it into the voting booth with you, and know who's supposed to be on your ballot for Congress and CD28, whether it's Chip Roy, whether it's Tony Gonzalez, whether it's Jay Furman, Monica De La Cruz. Make sure you see their names. Again, I'm going to reiterate before I sign off. Get them to document that the name is not on the ballot. It's time to go vote, guys. It's time to take our country back.
Next up, we got Tim Wesley. Hello, Patriots. All right. Are we ready to take our country back? Are we ready to take America back? I'll tell you what, the nation that I'm used to and the one that I want to see us take back is one whereby we have a secure border. Are y'all down for a secure border? I'm looking forward to a nation whereby we can say on the Donald J. Trump, yes, that we also have a better economy. I'm looking forward to a nation whereby unemployment is low once again. Looking for a nation whereby the Donald J. Trump, we know that the lives of the unborn will be protected. Yes, I'm looking for a nation whereby when Donald J. Trump is re-elected, our military will be strong once again. Looking for a nation whereby under Donald J. Trump, boys will be boys and girls will be girls. And there will be no confusion as to what a man is and what a woman is. That's what we're looking forward to under Donald J. Trump. I tell you what, Patriots, we cannot afford for Kamala to be elected. We can't afford it. We can't afford it. The next generation cannot afford it. The next generation is depending on patriots like you and I to make sure not only that we vote, but we encourage others to get out and vote for Donald J. Trump. I don't know about y'all, but I miss the days of an angry tweet every now and then. He had a right to be upset. And the way it looks right now, I welcome some of those tweets. Not only that, I welcome America being strong on the international platform once again. I welcome the opportunity for a Donald J. Trump to be that powerful force whereby we're respected around the globe and no one tries America ever again. I'm looking forward to an opportunity to watch Donald J. Trump support Israel as long as we bless Israel. America will be blessed, but if we curse Israel, this nation will be cursed. So long live Israel and long live Donald J. Trump. At the end of the day, the left has tried to do everything they can to stop this man, but they haven't been able to do so. They tried to shoot him, but that didn't work. What did he do? He rose up and he did one thing, and I want you all to stand with me. He said, yes! And that's what we're going to do. Confusion. Donald J. Trump will be re-elected, and we will take America back.
Thanks, Eddie, for having me call Kim. Howdy! I'm Marion Stanko. You
go for getting the poll sites dressed, decorated for early voting, and it's time to get ready for Tuesday. I have signs down the sidewalk at the red, white, and blue tent. If you helped 2 weeks ago for the early voting, that was 51 sites that we decorated. We have 250 more to go. So I've had some people sign up. If you signed up last time, do get some more. Because the early voting sites are already decorated. We need more. And if we run out of signs, use the ones that are in your yard. Take them to the closest poll site, voting center, because if the voter doesn't see any signs there, they think you're closed. And we need you to take 9 friends with you to go vote. Just like J.D. Vance said, you need to vote 10 times. Yourself and 9 of your friends and neighbors, right? I'm the clipboard lady. If you can help us get those signs out, I really appreciate it. Those who signed up last time, come on down and get some more. There's 5 more sites right around where you were 2 weeks ago. Thank you so much. And put up your hand for your precinct chair. I've got some precinct chairs here. Come on down and help me. Okay, and how many of you voted last time? I know, I've seen quite a few go. If you can put out some signs that would really help the candidates that will love you for it, because they should be spending time getting votes, not signs, right? So that's our job to get it done. I'm president of the Republican Club of BEXAR County. That's been our project for the last few decades, actually. So we enjoy it. We like seeing the voters come by. And if you want to greet the voters as they come in on Tuesday, get with the BEXAR County Republican Party and sign up. I appreciate it. And on today, we turn back the clocks. Tuesday, we take back our country. And we take out the trash.
Our next speaker is the chairwoman of the Republican Party of BEXAR County. Give it up for Chris Coons.
Hello, Trump Train Patriots! Hey, great Americans, you know that. You guys, allergies love you too. Okay. Thank you. I'm so upset my nose is bleeding. Okay. You know we gotta do that? We have got to thank Emily and Edward Nino for this amazing affair. See guys, you know, on Tuesday, right? On Tuesday, let's be sure, okay, that our country is going to decide the direction of our nation. Will our leader be respected by the world, or will be mocked by the rest of the world? We're not going to have that, right? Thank you so much. Okay. See, this is my family. I'm not even worried my nose is bleeding. There have been 603,000 in-person votes in BEXAR County. Wow, right? Unbelievable. Now let me say, how many of you have voted? Let me see your hands. Thank you for your courage, your fortitude, and your patriotism of spreading the conservative Republican message and voting all the way down the ballot. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Let me ask you something. Who knew? Thank you, Laura. Thank you. Who knew, as the mother of a 12-year-old, that I would be a domestic terrorist? Who knew that because I disagreed with John Kerry and Hillary Clinton, that it's best to keep the First Amendment, that I'm a deplorable? Who knew that because I'm voting for a patriotic American who loves his country and all Americans, that I'm garbage? I'm none of those things, and neither are you. That's why we're here today, to support all our Republican candidates. I'm proud to be one of the 8.3 million Texans that have voted, right? So be careful today. Thank you for spreading the Republican message. And you know, I'm married to an Indiana Hoosier, and I've always wanted to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine!
Thank you so much. Give it up for the chairwoman. Alright guys, so yesterday the Alamo City Trump Train took a trip to New Braunfels. We wanted to show support for their fight in the Trump Train before the election. We had a lot of fun out there. There was a lot of Trump support. And they're here with us today, so we want to give them a warm welcome. We want the Trump Train New Braunfels. And our next speaker is the leader of Trump Train New Braunfels, Mr. Mike Murphy. Thank you, buddy.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. I got two things. I love all my beautiful garbage people. And we are surrounded by strong, intelligent women. And I gotta tell you, Joe Biden has been banned from talking about Kamala Harris's campaign. Mark Cuban got banned about talking about Kamala Harris's campaign. And Kamala Harris can't even talk about her own campaign. I want to tell you what's going on in that crowd. Every one of y'all out here are great warriors and patriots for this country. If you weren't, you wouldn't be here. And God bless every one of y'all for that. This fight is not over. We talked last week. We got Cisco Ciceros here. Cisco was found liable by a corrupt judge in his court up in Austin. There were 6 defendants. 5 of them were found not liable. They found Cisco liable. He's appealing it to the 5th Circuit. That's why it's extremely important when these district judges are up here asking for your vote. That's who we need on these court systems. Guys that will interpret the law the way the law is written and not skew it and make it up on their own. Cisco's got a big fight ahead of him. We're going to do a barbecue fundraiser for Cisco up in New Braunfels, November 16th, 12 to 4 p.m. at Solomon's Porch Church. You can find information posted on the Trump Train pages. Now, if you cannot make it, Cisco has a cash out. If you wanted to come up and donate to him now, that would be great. Because the 5th Circuit is over in Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana. It's going to have expensive fuel, hotel, and all that when this thing makes it over there. So it's people like Cisco, the Says, the Maceros, the Morris Park that stood up and fought this corrupt government. If it wasn't for them standing up in this fight, they could have threw the towel in and said, that's it, we quit. If they'd have done that, it would have set precedent for this case. And I want to tell you, you need to really understand what that means. That means if you're flying an American flag sticker on the back of your car and somebody took offense to it, they could take you to court and sue you and try to bankrupt you. That's how serious this is. They are trying to strip our freedom of speech away. And when they win cases like that, it sets precedent. So we got to ensure Cisco wins his appeal, which he will. And that'll let all these Washington politicians know you don't mess with Texas. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. How y'all feeling out there? We got one more speaker for y'all. Y'all remember the tragedy that happened a few years ago in Sutherland Springs at First Baptist Church? There was a gunman who killed 26 people and injured dozens of others. There was a hero that day, an armed citizen that had the guts to go up and take down that terrorist. Well, that hero is here with us today. He's been a staunch defender of civil rights. It's my honor to introduce you all to Mr. Stephen Williford. for the warm welcome. I want to say, you know, I'm standing here amongst a bunch of deplorable garbage people. Or patriots. Every one of you guys, you're patriots, you're out here, you're fighting not only for our First Amendment, our Second Amendment, and all the rest of it. I want to tell you about Kamala Harris and the Biden administration. They have been doing all kinds of things to fight your Second Amendment. They have done the frame and receiver ban. GOA is fighting that. They did the pistol brace ban. How many people out here have a pistol brace? Look around. GOA's lawsuit got that overturned. We're out there doing the work. It's time to put a stop to the Biden administration. To stop it, because we have to spend the money. Somebody asked me, will they appeal it? Well, of course they'll appeal it. You know why they'll appeal it? They're using your tax money to fight us. We can got to stop the bleeding. We got to get Donald Trump into office. And we got to fight to get Ted Cruz back in office. And then we need to start looking at these rhinos. The ones that signed the Safer Communities Act. That did nothing but tread on your Second Amendment. And they're also treading on your First Amendment. It is unconscionable that we keep electing rhinos. It's time to primary them, and it's time to get patriots that believe in God back into this nation. And whose fault is all this? It's laid right at our feet. If everybody here goes out and votes, that's not going to be enough. What we have to do, because I'm speaking to the choir, you guys all agree with me, but it's time for you to go home, grab a neighbor, volunteer, take them to the polls, get them to vote, and let's take our country back. We can no longer sit on the sideline. We can no longer be a silent majority. We have to speak out. We have to make it happen. This has to be. We ask our God to give us our country back. And it's time that we stood up and did our part to do it. Let's get out, vote for Donald Trump. Vote for his people that are out here in this crowd. We have a chance with Jay Furman to be able to take Henry Cuellar out. Henry Cuellar has been a standard that we just couldn't overcome. But now's the time. Now's the time to do it. We have candidates here. We can take San Antonio Mayor back with Tim Wesley. Nuremberg said he didn't want the National Republican Convention here in San Antonio. He said, we don't want them here. He's turned out, and thank God for that. It's time that we stepped up now and did our part to elect Tim Wesley. When I ran across the street in Sutherland Springs, I don't know if all you know it or not, but I ran across the street with an AR-15. The very gun that they want to prevent me from owning. I ran across the street barefoot. They say, really, you didn't take time to put shoes on? I said, you're lucky I had pants on. When the shots were ringing out, I had no time. I grabbed an AR-15, I had to have my gun. I didn't need my shoes. It's time to fight for all of our amendments. It's time to fight for our country. It's time to fight for our children and our grandchildren. Ronald Reagan said it best. He said, freedom is no more than one generation away from extinction. It wasn't passed down through the bloodline, but it must be fought for and protected and handed down to the next generation for them to do the same. I don't want to be in my twilight years telling my grandchildren what it was like growing up in a free nation. Let it never be said it was my generation that failed to stand when tyranny rose, and tyranny has risen. Please go to Gun Owners of America and sign up. But get out there and vote. More than anything else, get out there and vote. Go take someone to the polls. I know most of you have voted. I have already voted, but that's not enough. It's time to take somebody else to the polls and to get them to vote. And it's squarely on our shoulders. Let's take this country back. Thank you. A true American hero right here, guys. Give it up for Stephen Wolford. All right, who's ready for some prizes?